He never hit me in anger.
Does that make it okay?
Oh, no, it was just for fun. He was just joking around, that's how he was.
Did it ever hurt or scare you?
I don't know. Maybe sometimes, but I shouldn't have been so sensitive, so soft.
No, if it hurt you and you didn't find it funny, he should have stopped. We don't hurt the people we love, Claire.
Yeah, but he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. He wouldn't hurt me intentionally.
You've talked about how he was often disrespectful and demeaning of you in front of other people. Did you ever address this with him?
Yeah. But, he said I was wrong. He said it's my issue to deal with. He said that we were happy together.
Did you feel happy?
You're bleeding.
I've seen you here a few times now. Are you new to town?
I am. Not sure for how long, though.
Well, welcome to town. I'm Grace, by the way.
I'm Claire.
Where are you staying?
In the big house on the corner.
Oh.
I spoke to my sister this morning.
Oh, that's great. How is she? She's good. She's worried, but she's good. She's allowed to worry.
Yeah, I know. I just feel so guilty. She spent so long checking in on me and backing me up. I didn't realise how anxious and scared I was until she showed me. Now I've taken myself away from everybody, including her, and I never even thanked her.
I think she's just happy you're safe. That's all that matters to her right now.
My friends think I'm being selfish by pulling away, but I mean, I don't know how to explain everything that's happening.
Claire,
how do I do
Claire,
that?
other people do not govern your trauma.
Yeah.
Everything became my fault. If I was confused, if I was questioning things, if I was upset, if I was tired, it was always my fault. Whenever we had a disagreement, there was no room. There was absolutely no room for me to come in and say anything. I just sat there usually half the time, and he would always have something at the go, just ready to go. I just, but if I did actually get a word in, he would just sit there. He wouldn't listen. He would just have that ready to go. My God, but sometimes sometimes what he would say to me, he would say, why aren't you opening up to me? Why aren't you talking? Why are you shutting down? Don't shut down. Talk to me. But there was no breathing space for me to come in. There was no room. I felt like I had to scream at the top of my lungs to be heard with him, and that was ugly. And I became this ugly person, and that's not who I am, but he made me feel ugly. Oh jeez, it's just ridiculous, really, the whole thing. I was so shocked. But then he became really condescending, like he would say, I'm so glad that you've finally decided to open up to me. It's really important to communicate. But screaming at the top of my lungs, having to be heard is not communicating. It's not communicating. He made me feel like I was an ugly person. It wasn't me. That wasn't who I was. I knew that deep down. That wasn't who I was. And then it was the whole thing with my sister. He pushed me away from her. And it wasn't her fault. I pushed her away. But deep down, that niggling feeling, I knew that wasn't right. It was my sister, it was my friends. He constantly was putting them down. He constantly said horrible things about them. And I believed him. I believed him. How could I do something like that? And then the money thing, I'm not very good at budgeting. I've never been really that great with money, but he he sort of came in and he thought he knew what he was doing with it and he was controlling then. And, I found myself becoming really consumed and distracted by other things. I threw myself into work. I was constantly working. I was exhausted. I was going out a lot. I was flirting with other men and I didn't feel good about it. I'm not proud of that, but I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel special, but I was a mess.
But even at the end, I fell apart. When everything was falling apart, I was falling apart. He said to me he wasn't worried because he knew that I loved him. He said to me that I wasn't going anywhere. But he actually never said that he loved me. If things weren't going his way, he would fight, he would yell. He always liked to be the one that was in control. People saw him as being kind and generous, but you know what? It was really him. It was really about him controlling what he thought other people were doing wrong. He wasn't doing it for the right reasons. He was putting on an act. It was all an act. And I was okay with it. But how could I have been okay with that? I wasn't okay with it. But I let that happen. I let all of that happen over all those years. And now I don't want to be in an environment. I don't want that energy around me. I've lost my shine. My shine's gone. And I want that back. Even if that means being alone.
You're not alone. Well, you are right now. But you don't have to be, Claire. There are lots of people out there that won't make you feel like this. And you didn't like the person you become around him, and now you can rediscover who you are and what you want.
Yeah. That's what I'm learning. I remember that I love reading and I love cooking.
That's wonderful. Let's start there. Okay.
At least he didn't do that to me.
Damage is not necessarily measured by physical scars.
I love trying to guess what you were making with these groceries.
Oh, I don't even know myself. It's just nice to have the time to wonder and make it up sometimes.
How's the house treating you? You feeling like yourself there?
Yeah, look, I feel very far away, but at home finally.
Looks like it's taking care of you.
Yeah, it is.
I can never understand new technology.
You don't have to. Because who are you going to email?
Good point. It's nice to see you've got your sense of humour back. One at the end of their journey, another beginning.
Will your work ever be done?
I'll be here for as long as I'm needed.
Thank you for everything.
That's what this house is for. House will look after you.
Thank you.